Hi, welcome to the British English Hub. I'm Paul. Welcome again to the show. Please stick a like down below. Please add a comment and also please subscribe to the channel. We need your support. So today we are going to speak about modal verbs. Oh, I can hear you thinking, modals, how do they work? I do not understand. It is beyond my comprehension. They are really confusing. How do they work? Please, someone explain it to me so that I am able to grasp the basic idea. So today I'm going to do that, exactly that indeed. And we are going to talk about modal verbs and I'm going to explain it from the very beginning, the very basics. So here we are. So basically, modal verbs are the ones we're going to work with today anyway. Must, mustn't, shouldn't, should, have to, don't have to. So before you start saying, oh my God, how is he going to explain this to me? It's very simple. It's really about functional language. Each modal verb or modal verbs in a plural form fit into a particular function. And you've got to think functions. Don't think about the modal verbs. Think about the functionality of how they work. Okay, this is the basics of modals. So the modals we have is obligation, non-obligation, prohibition, which is not allowing something, advice or recommendation, negative advice, and lack of necessity. So we have to compute these terms and just think of modal verbs as a function, as I just mentioned. So the first one, have to, has to. Obligation, usually from an outside rule, law, or situation. Okay, so here are some prior examples. I have to wear a uniform. Sarah has to finish the test by 3 o'clock. We have to finish the assignment by 5 p.m., which is the deadline. We've all had deadlines. The students have to pass the exam, otherwise they'll fail the course. So these are what we call obligations with have to. Again, we can use the third person singular, which changes have to has. In the case of Sarah, she has to finish the test by 3 o'clock. The pronunciation is I have to, she has to, we have to, they have to. We do not contract this when we're talking about obligation. Okay, so more now the second part, but just below, is the more impassioned, strong advice. This is not necessary obligation. This is more about emotion. Sometimes we exaggerate language to make it impact. So this is really what this is about. So this is kind of breaking the rules a bit to make your language a little bit more natural, which is what you're looking for. Okay, here we go. You just have to read. Now, when we say this with emotion, we really emphasize the have. You just have to read John Fowles The Makers. Great book, by the way. I recommend anyone to read that. It's a 600 pager, but you will not be able to put it down, I guarantee. She has to make it to the show on time, otherwise she'll miss the beginning. So yeah, it's not a kind of personal obligation, or it's not a rule. It's giving someone very strong advice. We use, normally in any other context we don't do that. We use other modal verbs, but in this instance, if you want to exaggerate the importance of doing something for whatever reason, we use this you have to as an impassioned way of saying or giving advice. Okay, right. Next is mustn't. This is prohibition, not allowing something. Something basically synonymous with can't. So let's look at some of these examples I have below. Okay, so you mustn't smoke in a hospital. She mustn't use your phone while driving. We mustn't enter this area without permission. They mustn't touch the exhibits in the museum. You must not log in or log out before the end of the class. Now, must not. Why have I used must not, you are asking? No reason whatsoever apart from emphasis. It's to emphasize something when you're trying to get the message across to somebody. So you must not, and you would emphasize the word not, log out before the end of the class. As I put to the side adjacent to that particular sentence below, emphasize. The rest of the time, if you're going to talk in a normal, sensible tone, mustn't is fine. You don't say must not, you say mustn't. Practice it, mustn't, mustn't. Right, next one, should, advice or recommendation. This is a slightly softer tone. It's not making things compulsory or giving any sort of pressure to anyone to either do something or not do something. Should is definitely sort of lowering the tone. So you should study for the exam. It's advice, it's recommendation. You should drink more water. Mandy should get more sleep. You look tired. You should eat more vegetables, which is what everyone should do anyway. It's healthy, it's vitamin C. Please, try to eat healthily. Shouldn't, again, negative advice or recommendation. You shouldn't eat so much sugar. He shouldn't drive so fast. Mum shouldn't walk too much. She'll end up falling again. Sorry, I've just realised I've spelt too incorrectly. It should be T-O-O, not just T-O. Too much. So, softer tone, more advice, less obligation, and keep it kind of gentle. Don't have to, doesn't have to. Lack of necessity. Not required, but allowed if you want. Now, see, this is the most relaxed out of all of them. You don't have to come early. You can, but it's not necessary. She doesn't have to pay. It's optional. It could be free. It could be a free first class, if you like. We don't have to go now. The store's open all day. You don't have to work on weekends. I don't have to wake up early tomorrow morning. Thank God for that. I can have a lie-in. He doesn't have to work today. It's a holiday. And I didn't work today as well, which is great. I'm just doing this video. It's the only thing I'm doing. So there you go. All fine. So this is, again, lack of necessity or non-obligation, if you like. So here's a little quiz for you to do. I have the modal verbs just above, as you can see, just here. Complete each sentence with the correct form. Must, mustn't, have to, has to. Remember, have to, has to. Has to only applies to he, she, or it. Don't have to, doesn't have to, should or shouldn't. Pause the video right now, do the quiz, and check your answers. And I'm going to show you the answers right now. Here they are. There you go, there are the answers. So check your own work. Hopefully you've got full marks. Congratulations. Thank you so much for listening. Great to provide this video for you. Hope it helps. Next time I'm going to be looking at more functional language. There's a whole selection of videos coming up soon, so please keep tuned. Watch my channel, subscribe to my channel as I mentioned at the beginning, and until next time, see you then. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.